All right, welcome to the Duke UNC ACC tournament film breakdown. It is past midnight. It is late. I was on Crazy Cast right after the game for a little over an hour to talk about this game. Now I just broke down film to break down for you guys on YouTube because it was a tale of two halves. Similar to the Duke Georgia Tech game where one half was great, one half was bad. The first half against Georgia Tech was not good. Second half was really good. First half against UNC, really good, borderline great. In the second half, UNC scored 47 points, and all of them came from the free throw line or around the rim, except for 3 threes that Elliot Cadeau hit out of all people. That was the only threes UNC made was Elliot Cadeau. So this is going to be an interesting breakdown. A lot of stuff to go over, but we're going to go right into it.
You're talking about the two best defenders for the Blue Devils. So Duke will look different defensively without Cooper Flagg and Maliq. No one there to challenge R.J. Davis at the rim.
Gumba downstairs, beautifully run.
Patton Gumba offensively is really good. He will be special at Duke as an offensive player. Defense, he still got a ways to go. Plus minus, I think he was minus 14. And some of that was against him. Others, he was just on the court during the UNC run. Common Malawach was plus 17. Duke won by 3. So Malawach plus 17. Patton Gumba minus 14. But Patton Gumba on the offensive end was awesome tonight for Duke. Did not miss a field goal. A great passer in his role. It's just defensively, he's got to take another step. But, again, he was not supposed to be playing this year in general for Duke, so he gets a pass.
Run and laid in by Brock Foster into the game, the 6'5 sophomore. Trying to get it downstairs, and Washington.
Again, Big Pat, great hands, unbelievable hands around the rim. Just nice post up, catch, turn, goaltend, 2 points for Duke.
I think that changes what they lost, OB. I believe they absolutely have to get to the championship, and if not win it, to be certain that they will be in.
I mean, that's a hell of a damn rebound, dude. Are you kidding me? His hands, it's like bear claw, just unbelievable
They
rebound.
absolutely have to get to the championship, and if not win it, to be certain that they will be in the tournament because
Tipped away by Foster. Working on Davis, he'll lay it in.
Caleb Foster and Ngongba were the difference makers for Duke in the first half. They came in and completely flipped the momentum or changed the momentum for Duke with their play. Here was Caleb Foster getting a steal and getting 2 points. He has been in R.J. Davis's just vicinity and his shorts, wherever you want to say, wherever R.J. Davis has been the last week or so, Caleb Foster has followed him around UNC campus. He locked up R.J. Davis at UNC, and he locked up R.J. Davis in his time on the court in this game as well.
Here's Gillis. Malawach right back up, and down it goes.
Just have this quickly clipped. I want to see Malawach do this more often. You get an offensive rebound, you're 7-2, go right back up. Don't kick it right out immediately. See if you can get that little right hook. And he hit 2 of those tonight.
to win the ACC tournament.
Davis pushes off. Long one up there, no. Moving with the left hand.
And that's just something that cannot happen with Malawach. It's just inexcusable. You cannot whiff on this box out with the smaller guy. Lubin had 20 and 10 against Duke tonight. R.J. Davis got away with a push-off against Caleb Foster here because he cannot create separation against Caleb Foster. Just forearm shove. But missing this box out, not getting this rebound in the first half, Shire immediately points to Pat Gongba to check in the game. And Gongba comes right to the scores table once Lubin scores this bucket. Just watch John Shire.
With the left hand.
I'll tell you what, that was a
tournament back-to-back double-doubles here in Charlotte.
Elliot Cadeau's got to be careful, OB. He's already playing with two.
Knipple got a great.
Just good minutes from Caleb Foster in the first half. It was a great driving kick to find his shooter, Con Knipple, who hit, 3 threes, I think, in the first half?
Look, absolute 18 last year. So they've been good for a long time. 27 wins now.
Yeah, Brad Brownell's done a tremendous job, as has Pat Kelsey. Tough trying to figure out who the coach of the year was this year.
Knipple swish it in.
Again, Caleb Foster, great pass to Con Knipple here. Pat Gumba on the short roll, ball screen, short roll, catch it, help side's coming, immediately knows what to do with the basketball, find the shooter in the opposite corner, catch and shoot, Con Knipple. Just great basketball.
Knipple swish it in from three-point land, and he's at it again. He has 9 points.
And I can tell you who I voted for. It's the guy that won the ACC and had a 19-1 record and is putting in.
Just a phenomenal sequence by Gumba. Just a phenomenal sequence. Just got an assist on a three. Jalen Withers is 7 years older than Gumba. Gumba's 18 years old. Jalen Withers is 25, maybe 24 at the youngest. At least a 6-year age gap. And you would have thought Gumba was the one that was the grown man in this situation. Just give me that. Yes, it was a travel, but that is just a grown man just taking candy from a baby.
Who I voted for. It's the guy that won the ACC and had a 19-1 record and is putting in Patrick Gumba. After game one of the ACC tournament, the Tar Heels had made more threes in a 5-year stretch than they have in the history of this storied program.
Finally made one, their first, and a big drive by Gumba.
Gumba, man, I'm telling you, like, this is unbelievable for a post player to do in general, let alone your third string center. I mean, are you kidding me? Nobody's open. He is getting crowded outside the three-point line. Strong rip through, keeps the guy on his outside shoulder. Go up two hands or off 2 feet with your left hand. Strong finish. This is great stuff. I mean, again, your third string center just doing this at the top of the key. Top of the key. Nobody's getting open. UNC's playing good defense. So he's like, all right, I'll just go get the bucket myself. And he does.
Of this storied program.
Finally made one, their first, and a big drive by Gumba for two.
His gift. He is elite offensively. That's why John Shire recruited him.
Powell lost the handle, but right to Davis. RJ at 17 points a game. He has had a tremendous career in North Carolina. Lubin's the open shooter, but that didn't.
That might be the worst three-point attempt I've ever seen at any level of college basketball. Just a terrible possession for UNC. But that three-point attempt by Lubin was gross as an understatement, is an understatement. This is terrible.
Tremendous career in North Carolina. Lubin's the open shooter.
Spoiler alert, he's the guy that shot the game-tying attempt for UNC at the buzzer. This guy, because they could not get the ball into RJ Davis or any other shooter. So Lubin was the one to shoot the game-tying three-point attempt. You might as well have Carlton Banks out there to try and tie the game for you.
But that didn't touch anything. Out it went.
And the Blue Devils getting a second chance opportunity.
Proctor taking on Davis chest to chest. Gillis and looking for the slam. Malawatch, great adjustment.
Honestly, one of the most impressive finishes Malawatch has had all year. Just catches this on the roll, a little slip screen, and the whatever call it, in the air. He had it over his head, then brought it back and finished. I've never seen him do that. I didn't know he was capable of doing that. That's a great finish by Malawatch. Double pump was the word I was looking for.
Powell gets it up. That won't drop. Knipple with the rebound.
And give Isaiah Evans credit for doing the job defensively. That's the reason he didn't play much early in the year. But he is locked in on the defensive end now, trying to help his team get a win.
Knipple banging with Jackson and bangs it in.
He's so good, man, off 2 feet. I mean, baby Luka is what they called him in high school, and he has shown those tendencies in the ACC tournament. Just off 2 feet, little fade away, hit on the elbow, glass it. That's a vet move by a guy that's a freshman. Just the freshman bag is deep with Cooper Flagg's offensive ability, Isaiah's shooting ability, Con Knipple's three-level scoring, and then Pat Gumba in the post with his soft touch. It's great stuff to watch.
Tar Heels in need of a hot hand. Davis blocked by
Maliq, that's what I mean when I say I want you to play 7-2. I want you to deflate this ball like you're Tom Brady.
Jackson and bangs it in. Tar Heels in need of a hot hand. Davis blocked by Maliq.
And then Proctor, vet move, draws the foul, goes to the line, and gets Duke 2 more free throws. And yeah, this momentum, the worst thing that happened to Duke, I'll save that actually for the next couple possessions. But I'll say what the worst thing happened for Duke is.
And another. So 4 minutes without a point for North Carolina. They have gone stone cold here in Charlotte. Davis trying to break free.
Caleb Foster's just eating him alive. RJ Davis cannot escape him. Like I said last film breakdown against UNC, Caleb Foster is RJ Davis's shadow. Just will not let him breathe, dude. That is called straps. That is called being locked up. Akon, like that is unbelievable defense. When Caleb Foster is locked in defensively, that opens up his confidence to really start scoring the ball on the offensive end. Just locked up RJ Davis.
Foster blowing.
And then right on cue, just takes RJ Davis to the cup right after that.
Oh, look at Evans hit the floor. Knipple too. A tremendous effort to reject.
And that sequence, if this game should have never been a 3-point game. God, that's so infuriating because this moment right here was truly special and would have capitalized a great blowout win. Duke won. Duke's 3-0 against UNC on the season. I will not take that for granted. But this right here was just, I got goosebumps watching this live. As Isaiah's just demeanor, his expression, Concanibble gets up to get hype with Isaiah. This was just a Kodak moment. It was unbelievable, and I want to play it again because this was a special moment, and I wish Duke would have blown the doors off after this and won this game by 50 points.
Trying to end it. Look at Evans hit the floor. Knipple too. A tremendous effort to reject.
So what I was going to say about the first half, the worst thing that happened to Duke was the worst thing that happened to Duke in the first half was halftime. Duke, if that sequence happened with like 4 minutes to go in the first half, Duke would have been up 30 plus going into halftime. If that sequence started happening with 16 minutes left in the second half, Duke rolls by 30 plus. But UNC was able to collect themselves at halftime, make adjustments. They're only down 21. I know that sounds like a lot, but clearly it was not enough because UNC came back to at least tie the game, I think, and they chipped away the whole second half. If halftime did not show up right after that moment of Concanibble and Isaiah's loose ball, I think we're talking about a completely different game to where Duke blows out UNC. But credit to UNC for the halftime adjustments because they crawled back into this and showed why they are a bubble team and trying to get into March Madness. And we'll see why. All these points in the second half, outside of like a couple threes, were layups and free throws.
Watch. Withers will try again and misses again. North Carolina will retain here and a new shot clock.
North Carolina getting anything they want on the interior.
So, as you see, 8 of 11 on dunks or layups, and they just got one there to make it 9 of 12. But also, Duke just could not get defense rebounds sometimes. At the beginning of the game, UNC had like 3 or 4 offensive rebounds, and now here is second chance points that was a lob. And what happened here was screen the screener action. Duke is not switching this, and it burns them here. So normally Duke switches this where Maliq should go on to Cadeau, and then Proctor would switch back with Maliq, but instead, Sion James trying to fight through the screen to get through. Now, Maliq is getting screened down, and he's just stuck on RJ Davis, and Proctor is attached to RJ Davis because RJ Davis is his guy. So there is screen the screener action by UNC, and it just causes a log jam for Duke defensively, and it gives UNC a dunk. So you're going to see here comes Lubin to set the screen. Sion James gets hit by the screen, and now Maliq is getting hit by RJ Davis because RJ Davis is assuming it is a switch, but honestly, he's just in the way of Maliq, and Maliq is looking at Elliot Cadeau getting downhill and forgetting about Lubin, where he should have stayed attached to. Instead, he goes over to Cadeau. He's in no man's land, throws the lob over top. Nice play by UNC to catch Duke slacking.
Anything else they've done on the offensive end?
Again, Duke leading the nation in scoring margin. They had 10 conference wins this season of 25 points or more. That's an all-time ACC record. James off the hesitation.
Can we get this dude a damn and one just one time this season? I mean, who do I have to pay? Do I have to call Tim Donaghy to start refereeing Duke games? How the hell can this dude not get a foul call on his drives? That is a foul. That's and one. Give him the benefit of the doubt. I know he's built like Hercules, but my God, he's getting – this is a guy 6'9" that's bumping him. That's a foul. Call it.
His heels be excluded from the NCAA tournament. Do they belong in the field?
Cutting the lead to 15. Now the Tar Heels will go to their full court pressure. This is how you have to attack.
This was the worst thing UNC did when they chipped away. Early in the second half, they were getting stops in the half court, and Hubert tried to make Duke play fast by throwing this full court press out of it. And Duke got 2 lobs out of it. And then he quickly got out of this full court press because Duke just ate them up. This was the first one, lobbed to Pat Gumba because it was easy as Swiss cheese. But Duke also does it in a little bit too, and UNC gets out of it.
Patrick Gumba for the lob.
Also, I have this clipped up. How the hell is this out of bounds on Duke? In what world is this out of bounds on Duke? Officiating was questionable in this game. I'm not saying that is the reason Duke only won by 3. Duke made a lot of mistakes for UNC to get back into it, but the foul count was like 15-8, and then you have plays like this that stay possession for UNC. It's just crazy.
You're going to have to rely on some miscues from the Blue Devils to try to get back into this game.
James will go right to the 10
and one. 1-2-1-1 full court press. Did not work. Spoiler. But my God, again, can Sion James get a damn call when he's going downhill? Jesus. Give him a whistle one time.
And Maliq trying to check back in for Duke, and they turn it over. Trimble into the lane. Bangs.
That's the same exact play that just happened with Sion James of jumping into the defender's chest and getting the call Seth Trimble did. But to further this back a little bit, Caleb Foster had a good first half, shaky second half. He had a 3 blocked by Cadeau. He had this turnover, and I think he had one more turnover maybe. But this right here is just not a good look. Like, he hesitates. He has him right there, and he just kind of he leads him too much. It goes underneath the basket, and when you do a live ball turnover with UNC, you're playing with fire because UNC is looking for a bad shot or a turnover, and they can go the other way. And here, bad pass, and Seth Trimble's going the other way, and one. Again, very similar to Sion James' no call, but it's a hell of a take by Seth Trimble regardless.
James right in front of his own bench. Here's Proctor. Keeps on dribbling, and a great job.
Duke just toyed with UNC on the pick and roll. It seemed like it's how Duke scored all their buckets in the second half, it seemed like, with this pick and roll. Again, in Jackson's not bumping the runner. He should be bumping Maliq. RJ Davis is in no man's land. It should be in Jackson bumping and then getting back to Sion James, because if RJ Davis takes away the lob, then Conca Nipple, who's already at 3 threes on the night, is shooting another 3, and you don't want that. So Lubin also has to play better drop coverage. I think he's got to be more. He's got to be more leaning towards Maliq here. Like, he's there. Trimble, you got to get back, but Lubin's just too much to Proctor. Again, that could be Trimble's fault as well. But 3 guys there in Jackson, Lubin, and Trimble are the 3 reasons why that turned into a dunk.
Great job by Hills.
Where each and every possession on the offensive end becomes extremely important. trying to catch up to the Blue Devils.
Knipple again. Man, do they love to.
Again, Lubin just caught no man's land. Just simple dribble handoff. Good screen by Maliq to get RJ Davis behind Con Knipple. Drake Powell probably should have been up a little bit more too, maybe. I don't know. But Lubin trying to play two-man or two guys right here. He's in between both of them in no man's land, and Duke just throws over the top of him and gets the lob.
Play.
Let's just say that.
Davis lost the dribble. Picked off, and Duke collects it. 61-46. Knipple on the drive. Great.
So Con misses this, and I just have this clipped up to talk about the Spalding basketball. I talked about it on the Crazy Cast. You've already seen the Crazy Cast, but like this is such a weird basketball. Like every team that's played in this tournament has been struggling to shoot the ball, and this is just a perfect example of that. I know Con wants like a goaltend or something here, but that ball just slides right off the backboard. I've never seen that. Like that ball has like no grip. That ball just slides right off. He doesn't even – that's not a bad angle, and he just does not hit any part of the rim on that. Like Spalding, I don't know what the hell's wrong with your basketballs, but that is crazy that this ball can't just hit any part of the rim on this layup attempt.
6, Knipple on the drive. Great defense there.
Going to try to shake it off and stay on the floor.
Taking on Knipple one-on-one and a whistle.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Elliot Cadeau, he's a decent player. He's a fine player, whatever. But he's getting strapped here by Con Knipple on this switch, guard-to-guard switch. He has nowhere to go. You are bailing him out because he's flailing. There is not a legit basketball attempt here. He is getting his shit blocked by Knipple and Gumba at the same time, and you're going to call a foul here. That is not a foul. That's man defense. That is somebody that's a strong dude against a weak offensive player, and you're bailing out the weak offensive player.
Taking on Knipple one-on-one and a whistle. So here in Charlotte, there have been a couple of potential roadblocks that could have tripped up Duke, but it really hasn't.
Another one.
And a slam by Gumba.
Telling you, just tore UNC apart on lobs. Great pass by Sion James. That's a difficult pass to make. But he makes it. Nice clear out by Mason Gillis and Con Knipple. They're just designed to go straight to the corner here and get their help side out of the picture. So Mason Gillis is just going to curl to the corner. Once Knipple throws it to Gumba, he's just getting out of there as well. So Withers and Trimble follow. Trimble switches with Powell, so Powell is taking Knipple. And now Proctor sets a really good screen, and it sets up Gumba for the lob, and that's just bad help side defense by Seth Trimble. That's just very bad defense by Seth Trimble. You have to bump this the whole way. You got to see this coming, and you got to bump the big fella so Lubin can get back. Instead, he doesn't bump the big fella. Lob's wide open. 2 points for Duke.
Duke fans loving it, 65-47. He has 8 points. Powell nearly lost his footing. Very deep down for Lubin in the basket.
Lubin had 20 and 10, and this is the part of the game Gumba has to get better at. He's just out of position here, right here on that little screenshot. Drake Powell's going to drive. Now Gumba is out of position because he slots too much. So dump down to his guy. He reaches, gives Lubin just enough position to make the layup, and that's just something that is going to come with Gumba's experience to get better at.
Proctor knocked away and stolen by Cadeau. He's got Powell, and he'll lay it in. And a foul.
Again, live ball turnovers and bad shots, reasons why UNC got back in this game. And here, Tyrese Proctor just too soft with the ball. Get a stolen three-point play. That sucks. Duke's up 16 here at 7:47. You don't throw this turnover here. Maybe you make the skip past Knipple. He drains. It's a 19-point game. Completely different. Instead, UNC gets it, goes down the other way, and won. It's a 13-point game instead of a 19-point game.
Maliq turns, can't lay it in, follows his own miss, and it just came out of his hands.
And this is where Trimble has to continue to stay in attack mode.
You got to be stronger with the basketball, Malawatch. You got to be stronger. Got to be stronger. Just got to be. Here. Okay, you missed it. So what? Get the rebound. Now be strong. A guard should not be able to just put his fingers in and immediately knock the ball away. You got to be strong with the ball when you get the ball with both hands. That should not happen. Duke luckily did not give up a bucket here. Sion James had good hands to knock it out of bounds, but Malawatch, you just got to be stronger in that situation.
Semis. 2 first-team All-ACC guards going at it in a huge matchup between 18 and 2 ACC teams. Up next.
Well, Carolina has rallied to get it to 10. Evans with the up and over the top.
So this was out of a timeout. Shire drew this up. Really good play. Isaiah threw this lob to the roof of Spectrum Center. Probably want to take a little air out of it, but it worked out. It was a screen to get him open, a little down screen to get Isaiah open. Fake the flare, come off the curl, curls it. A little left hand action too, and then go get it, big fella. Again, Duke scored. It seemed like all their points on lobs.
For the Duke Blue Devils, here's Davis. Cadeau open, drains it.
The one guy to hit threes for UNC. Are you kidding me?
From three-point land.
Stepping up and making big shots for the Tar Heels.
The last time it had been under 10 was with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Inside.
That was impressive to me. Not much to it. No X's and O's here. It looked like Gumba was freaking out. Threw a pass a little too early for Isaiah. Wasn't expecting it. Duke's up 9. First time it's been in single digits since the first half. And Gumba slips his screen. Lubin's out there because they're blitzing the ball screen. And then just great patience by Gumba to figure out who's around him, where everybody is, and then just nice touch on this little right hook over Seth Trimble's athleticism. A big bucket to where I thought Duke was going to be okay at 11-point lead with 5 minutes left.
9 of 9 in the tournament.
Cadeau trying to use the screen. Under 5 minutes to play. Trimble airborne, banking it. No. Rebound up and in by.
Again, Gumba is just the part of his game he has to get better. He will get better at, but he needs to get better at. Duke gets a stop. The one of the few stops they had in the second half. UNC scored 47 points in the second half. But Gumba's ball watching, has no idea where his guy is, so he's looking at the ball, doesn't time his jump. Lubin gets the offensive rebound and put back. And that was just the frustrating part of the second half was Duke was almost a stop away but could not get a rebound, and UNC would, and they'd make Duke pay.
In for Knipple. Quick shot. Well short. Here's Trimble. Fast break. Got a foul, too.
Again, bad shots or turnovers against UNC, and I did not like this shot by Knipple to come off for this. I know he's made 3 in the game, but he just got the flow of the game. It felt like this was rushed. 9-point lead, 17 seconds on the shot clock. Semi-contested by Drake Powell, and it just grazes the rim, and it leads to a 3-point play for UNC.
Trimble. Fast break. Got a foul.
And that's just what UNC feeds off of. Their pace, they're always in games. I've said that since day one. Their pace keeps them in games, and they almost pulled off the upset because their pace got them back into this game.
James on the drive, leaning in, and blocked. Carolina wins it again.
Smart play by R.J. Davis. Nothing there. Bring it out. Make sure you get a quality look.
Trimble driving hard, scoops it up. And
Again, that is a foul. I didn't think Sion James got fouled on his. I think he was trying for the foul, and he should have just went straight up. He should have went strong instead of trying to foul bait. But here, just Gong was too late sliding over. Knee Seth Trimble driving. Goes to the line, hits 2 free throws. Excuse me, now it's 72-66.
Here at the Spectrum Center. 10 to get off a shot now for Carolina. Cadeau on the drive, right by.
And that's just inexcusable. That's kind of that. This play right here sums up how easy it was for UNC to score around the rim. I I tweeted about it. I wanted Duke to go zone for a couple of possessions because they have went zone this season when they needed to, at Wake Forest, against NC State at home, against Notre Dame at home, where they just could not get stops defensively. So they went zone, and that's actually what won them the game. That stopped all momentum from the other team, the other offense. I kind of wish they did that in this. I don't think it would have been as close of a score if they went zone with like 7 minutes to go for a couple possessions, since Elliot Cadeau was the only one to hit threes for them. But Duke still wins this game. But here, just Proctor is just expecting a screen. Maliq is going up there thinking he's going to hedge this screen, but Elliot Cadeau is going to reject. He's going to straight line drive. Slim needs to be a little bit more over to eliminate this drive because Seth Trimble catches and shoots that in the corner. You live with those chances, but he's just too flat-footed, too far away. Maliq is out of position because, like I said, he was going to hedge the screen, but Cadeau rejects. Knipple on the backside is probably a little too far as well, where it's just part the Red Sea. Again, I'd like Isaiah to be that left foot, his front foot, I want it to be almost in the paint. You can't see my mouse, but almost in the paint to where Cadeau has to dish this out. Instead, gets right to the rim. Now it's a 4-point game.
6 on the shot clock. Pass got to Powell, slapped away, and there is a whistle.
And they called a foul here. And maybe it was. They didn't show the replay, but I have this clipped up because, one, it was a foul to make it a 2-point game, but also the referee on the baseline goes like this as in a jump ball, not a foul. He blows the whistle, but he's going like this. I don't understand. Maybe he just got the wrong signal. Maybe he meant to go like this and not like this, but he's doing this. That's a jump ball. UNC's bench clearly wants a foul, so maybe I'm assuming Powell did get raked across the arm, but the official making the wrong hand gesture just stood out to me here.
Pass got to Powell, slapped away, and there is a whistle. With Powell. Maliq gets it off for James. High post once again, Maliq. Knipple was demanding the ball, went to save it, he's on the...
So Duke just panicked right here. It's trying to get Knipple on the block like we've seen Duke have it with Cooper Flagg. This is good defense by Elliot Cadeau of denying right here for Knipple. Knipple can't get it from Sion James. That's the read. Knipple can't get it. So Sion's going to throw it to the big man as the release, as the pressure release. He can't give it to Proctor, and now he sees Knipple posting up, but that is a hard angle, and you don't want your center making this tough of a pass. But Maliq tries to thread the needle, doesn't work, turnover, and then everybody is pointing the other way for UNC, and luckily it did not hurt Duke.
Sion James to bring it across. 10 on the shot clock. Poked away. Now 5. Knipple drives it. Still on the move. Can't finish it.
Just two things there. One, Knipple, you got to know you can't be loose with the ball right here with a guy like Drake Powell. He is timing you up. Look how Drake Powell's sitting. This isn't really breaking news to anybody, but he's timing the body language, what Knipple is doing. He's timing what he's about to do. He's going to rip through. Can I catch him sleeping? He's timing it. He is locked in on Knipple's body movement, and he gets it. Swipes it away with 7 seconds left. You got to keep that ball moving to change Drake Powell's eyes at all times. And then secondly, I feel like you got to make that layup. Thirdly, the most important thing here is Maliq, you cannot go for this. You can't go for this rebound. You got to know time and score. You got to know foul situation. You're getting boxed out. I know you want to go get the ball, but there's 2 guys in front of you. Don't do this. Don't do that, because that is a bad, bad foul. That's a bad, bad foul.
On him. Here's Cadeau. Ten seconds to play. Cadeau gave up the dribble. On the moving side, Lubin.
I don't think that's a foul. I don't think this is a foul. It could be a controversial opinion. I don't care. But Lubin here is trying to sell the foul the whole way. He's dribbling out of control, going baseline because Kami Maliq pulled the chair, so he's off balance, and now he's trying to correct himself, and he's just throwing this up. Does he get hit with the body a little bit by Maliq? Yes. But the whole time Lubin put the ball on the floor, he was uncomfortable. And so for me, I feel like you're bailing out an offensive player because he's uncomfortable with the ball on the floor. He doesn't know where he's going. The chair just got pulled, so he is falling forward. Now he doesn't have good balance. He's just twirling and throwing something up. I don't think that's a foul. I think it's a bad call.
Oh, no.
And that's what we call a false start. So, Jalen Withers, thank you so much for this, for the free throw infraction. I've never seen it called in this big of a moment, so you see something new every day, but it's the right call. It was egregious. It was so obvious. And even UNC's bench, when it happens, they're like this. They can't believe he did it. So it's not like the refs gave Duke a favorable call. That was just a terrible play. Look, he moves, and then look at the bench. Put their hands like this. Everybody cannot believe it. And it's not the ref's fault. That is just Jalen Withers just going brain dead or jumping the gun too early. Shout out Colin Knippel making the 2 free throws, by the way, to make it 74-71. Great defense.
Looking to get it in. Here's the shot.
Great defense where Lubin is shooting the game-tying attempt because Mason Gillis and Duke do a great job of switching everything to where RJ Davis cannot get this ball. Look at this. So they're switching. Lubin is setting the screen on Proctor. So Gillis is now going to take off and take RJ Davis to where he cannot go get this ball. RJ Davis is trying to get the ball, but there's no angle. Even right here, that is an impossible angle because Gumba's ball pressure, he would have had to like bounce past it from a point, like, I don't know, a half a foot away, because if he tries to throw a chest pass, Gong's going to swipe down and knock it away. So you can't go there. And then nobody else moved. Cadeau didn't move. Drake Powell didn't move. They just ball watched to where Lubin had to be the hero. And that's unfortunate for Lubin because he shouldn't have been put in that predicament. But looking back, I don't know why Hubert Davis did not have N. Jackson in this game. I know N. Jackson did not have a good game, but why would you have the guy that shot the worst three-pointer I've ever seen in the first half in the ball game when you need a 3? I feel like you probably want N. Jackson in as your 5th option who can hit contested shots. Instead, you have Lubin who's shooting this and had no chance. So Duke escapes UNC, a big win without Cooper Flagg and Maliq Brown. They play, I think, Louisville tomorrow. I think Louisville ran away with it against Clemson. Unless Clemson has come back from this double-digit deficit while I've been recording. Oh, wow, Clemson did actually come back a little bit. Louisville won 76-73, but it's going to be a good test for Duke against Pat Kelsey. AC championship tomorrow. Win or lose, I'm proud of Duke even getting here. AC tournament would be nice to win, but if Duke doesn't win, I'm not going to be torn up about it. I wanted Duke to be UNC. They did 3-0 against UNC. Tomorrow will be interesting. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next film breakdown.